Hello and welcome back. It is Monday, and it has been a pretty doggone good day. And I wanted to take a minute on today and share with you a little bit about what happened to me this weekend. I had an interesting conversation with a very good friend of mine, and I want to, impart some of his wisdom to you because I think it was valuable. But before we do, let's talk about USD Canada. It's what you're looking at right now, as you can see. Market has come down into that 618. We rallied. We came back down in for the retest. I went ahead and put the buy orders in. We did get long today, 104.35. Now up about 40 pips or so, give or take, on this trade. As you can see, the market came right down in. We got long, and then it rallied. I don't know whether this was a news event or whether this was, a speech or something that happened today. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was gone. I was at the chiropractor this afternoon. I wasn't really paying any attention. I was following the market while I was on the road, and I was happy to see that pop in price. But I have no idea what it had to do with, and frankly, I don't care. The bottom line is that we are currently long, and so now it's simply target time, and we'll see whether or not we can get up and hit targets 1 and 2 on this. Have a another nice little winner for the week if we do. But now to my story. I was listening to a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, speak, and this friend of mine has been very successful in his life, and to the point of, he was the kind of success that you would like to emulate as far as financial success is concerned. But above that, he did it without sacrificing his, ethics or his integrity, which is very, very important to me. It's important to me that no matter what type of success I have in my life, that I don't have to look back and have sacrificed my integrity or my honor as a human being or as a man in order to achieve that end. And so he has been someone in my life that I have constantly tried to emulate, not only in business, but also in his personal life and the way he conducts his life. And so I was listening to him speak, and I have been having some issues with my business in the sense that I know where I want to go, but sometimes it seems like I'm not taking the right steps. And for example, some of you know that Forex Traders Life has changed here recently. We've started the private client group, some of the other things. Well, you know, that's all done because I don't want to have just another forex site. I don't want to have just another signal service or another live room. There's plenty of that stuff out there. You know, I want to be part of a movement. I want to not only change the way people think about foreign exchange, but I want to change people's lives. I want to have that kind of positive effect on people. And so I've been frustrated in the sense that I feel like I'm not, at sometimes we're making some wrong turns that this, what we're offering here or what we're looking at offering there isn't making a whole lot of sense. And I was talking to this friend of mine and I said, sometimes I just think maybe I just need to scrap this whole thing and start over from scratch. And this friend of mine, he said, I don't really think that that's necessary. He said, let me ask you a question. He said, when you're driving in your car and you make a wrong turn, what do you do? Do you turn around and go home, start over? I said, no. And he said, of course you don't. He said, that'd be ridiculous. He said, well, if you make a wrong turn, you real quick, you flip a UE and you run back the other direction. You make a couple of lefts to get back on track. And he said, that's the way business works as well. He said, if you make some mistakes, he said, you're going to make mistakes along the way, but if you know where you want to go, if you know where your destination is, then it's simply a matter of making little corrections as you get off path. And I thought, what a powerful, what a powerful way to explain it. What visual imagery does that create of you driving in your car? And I thought, this has such a relevance to our trading as well. I said, I talk with traders all the time about bouncing around from system to system, about not having that sticking to something in order to make it work through the ups and downs that inevitably trading is going to have, and any trading model that we use is going to have. And I think to myself, well, how many traders have done that? How many traders have gone out and got a system, started trading that system and saw some initial success with it, but as soon as the system started to go into a drawdown, or as soon as they would start second guessing it, and they'd take trades outside of it, and pretty soon the account would start to lose money, and they would say, forget it, I'm scrapping this thing and I'm going somewhere else. We got to go out and look for another system now, something that is going to be more profitable. We go find the next latest and greatest, and back to the chat forums, and back to the online trading rooms, and finding something somewhere. And when really what we needed to do was just make a minor correction to get back on track, so that we're constantly moving forward. And I've always tried to ask myself more empowering questions when I am doing something, when I don't feel like something is going right, or I don't feel like I'm making good decisions. Instead of asking myself, what am I doing wrong, which is a very, very poor question to ask yourself, I try and ask myself something more empowering. So when I was looking at Forex Traders Live, and what I wanted to create and what I wanted to start, I said simply, how can I provide better quality information faster to more people? Which in turn is a much, much more powerful way of looking at things than simply saying, well, what am I doing wrong? Because inevitably, just as we've talked about time and time and again, traders, your mind will go out and search for the answer to that question. If you say, what am I doing wrong? Your brain is going to find something that you're doing wrong if it has to create it. So, talking about asking empowering questions, as you go out into your trading over the next week, I want you to ask yourself a very simple question. When I make a wrong turn in my trading, what am I doing? Am I making minor corrections to get back on track? Or am I scrapping everything that I've done this far and starting all over again from scratch? I hope, traders, that at some point you reach a place in your life and in your trading that you're able to accept both the positive and negative things that trading brings, both the winners and the losers. Because I think if you do that, you're going to find a joy in trading that you didn't know existed. You're going to find that thing, that excitement that you had when you first got started in trading, before you found out of all the negatives and all the drawdowns and all the dark and ugly side of trading and of foreign exchange currencies. And it's going to make you not only a happier person, but a more prosperous one as well. So that's my little story for tonight, and I'm glad you guys listened to me, because I felt like that was just such a great bit of visual imagery that my friend was nice enough to impart on me this weekend, and I hope you'll take something away from that. But USD Canada here, guys, now pulling back a little bit. I mean, we had this rally, this press up here. The market beat it back, then it tried to come down. We haven't been able to achieve any new structure lows, and now the market really just churning. So we'll have to just watch it for a little bit. Bringing over now the free positions list. For those of you who want to know where we're at, we've got a couple of closed positions, one active position here from 104.35, and we're going to have to take a look at this and see where we end up with it. But it definitely has some promise. We've done exactly what we expected to do. Came in on the double bottom on the bullish divergence at the 126 with 707 confluence. And if none of that made sense to you, then go to the private client group, and for $15 for your first month, you can check it out. But that's the only thing I've got to look at tonight. In the private client group tonight, we are going to break down USD Canada. We're going to take a look at that. Also New Zealand. For those of you part of that group, we've got some interesting stuff happening there, and one other thing that I want to talk to you guys about. So that's it for the free portion tonight, guys. Please stay tuned for more. We've got more on the way, and as always, the Forex Boot Camp here is going to be kicking off soon. If you haven't signed up for the webinar on that, please do so. It's on the website under Forex Boot Camp. Until next time, guys, good luck and good trading.